race team for the DuPont Forest 12K Trail Race marketing event. I'm Alex. I'm the team leader, editor, and liaison for the class and John.
Hey, I'm Dylan. I'm the head writer for the group and also a liaison for the newspapers and the blogs.
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm the editor.
We composed press releases to send to various newspapers and blogs and maintained contact with them electronically in case they had any questions. We began by gathering a list of possible sources and places that we'd like to see our story published.
Following this, we compiled our information together in order to come up with a basic PR piece. We then collaborated in coming up with a more refined version of the piece. Once this was complete, we contacted our sources of interest electronically and waited for a response. Of the 9 sources we contacted, we ended up getting responses from 8 of them.
However, despite the fact that every response was that the story could and would be published, only 3 of the sources actually held up their word. This proved how much work it was to get people to actually do something about it. It's a valuable lesson in the need for much persistence.
So I compiled information from Just Running's website to get all the information we needed for the PR piece. Here is the basic version that I put together for the piece. Calling all runners, hikers, and forest lovers to come on out to the 13th annual DuPont Forest 12K trail race on March 30th. The race is sponsored by local Asheville company Just Running and benefits the DuPont State Forest and its 10,400 acres of forest featuring 4 major waterfalls on the Little River and Grassy Creek. Start the spring season off on the right foot with some great outdoor adventuring. We also included pricing and location and timing of the event.
As we already discussed, learning to deal with people who just won't give you an answer was an important part of our project.
For me, having to rely on other members of the class was a challenge. For example, when setting out the PR pieces, many of them asked for a logo, and this required collaboration with the graphics team, and we had to wait for a couple of weeks to get a logo at some point, so not all of the information was streamlined and sent at the same time to the PR pieces.
Learning how best to communicate with the rest of the class, as well as how to request information, was another personal challenge of mine. It was in this regard that I found co-op to be useful.
It is easy to get people's attention the first time you contact them. However, it is hard to keep that contact going.
I learned that it was important to have every possible detail worked out when contacting a source.
It was surprisingly easy to get sources to agree to publish something, and also I found it interesting that only one source that we contacted costed money.
There are many different ways that the ideas and concepts that are explored in Be Our Guest can be incorporated in an event like the DuPont Forest 12K. In relation to our work as the PR team for the DuPont Forest 12K event, knowing our audience was a critical part of deciding how to distribute our PR piece. We decided to focus on regional newspapers with an outdoor focus as well as running blogs.
Before distributing the PR piece, our team utilized quality control to make sure the piece was coherent, concise, and engaging. This means we emailed it back to each other several times with comments, questions, concerns, and editing like grammar, spelling, made sure we get all the details right, and We just wanted to make sure we had a really good, solid product in the end.
When doing any press release work, consistency in the information is critical. To do this, we made sure that each source we were sending our PR piece to had the exact same information as to not confuse them or the customers and our potential clients. We created a visual magnet through both our PR piece as well as the graphics team's logo for the event. Our piece included a one-line hook at the very intro to the piece to draw and attract the readers and to get them to read the entire PR piece, which is quite difficult.
Very healthy.
Not perfect for every situation, but edible wrappers could actually beef up your next meal.
You would only want to use the wraps where there's no food associated with the use of the wrap. So some potential uses include wrapping bulk packed in a larger package, and in that case the wrap would actually form into a sauce.